Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be out here as usual and always bring this message of emancipation to you. This message that would set you free if you would take my advice and learn to look inwardly to discover your identity to be your divinity. Thus the reason why I want to speak to you concerning Neville Goddard and Abdullah, and how Abdullah taught Neville what Israel really means, and how to interpret the scripture when it says, "Hear you, Israel, the Lord thy God is one God." Now, in order for me to do that, I have to first point out to you that Abdullah, which is our ancestor, the black mystic from Ethiopia, taught Neville Goddard that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. That the Bible is not literal, neither is the Bible secular history, and that the Bible was written symbolically, and that it have no reference to anyone that existed thousands of years ago or to any actual event that took place upon earth thousands of years ago. From Genesis 1 to Revelation 22, it all have to do with the human psyche. So with that being said, I would have laid a foundation for you and letting you know that Moses meant to be born. And the crossing over, you have to understand that your mother, her Red Sea had to stop for you to cross over. Her period had to stop when she was struck with the rod. Because you have to understand that there's phallic in the Bible also. And you have to realize that the body is a slave to the mind also, so that you can understand the story. Then you will understand that when you come into Canaan land, is when you come into that place of your identity, knowing who you are. When you come into that place to know how powerful you are, to know that your thought is what is creating your reality, and that you're responsible for your thoughts, and that abundance, prosperity, all these things, that they are your birthright. When you will be able to see your circumstances as grasshoppers in your eyes, and you'll be able to say, "I am more than able to possess the land." It is when you reach at that place of knowing your royalty, that place of knowing who you are, when you realize that you have been living your life like the prodigal son, and you will say to yourself, "I must return to my father, because my father have more than enough." It is when you reach at that junction, when you reach at that crossroad, that you will come to understand what this is really all about. So when it says that, "Hear you, Israel, the Lord thy God is one God," this is in Deuteronomy chapter 6. And it is showing you that when you understand the commandment of God, it is when you understand that your wish is your command to your higher self. And whatever is your desire, your higher self will grant you that desire. But you have to learn to understand that God is your own human imagination, which is the creator in man, so that you'll be able to possess the land. Now, when you think of a land, you're thinking of a place of abundance. You're thinking of a place where there are many trees, and these trees are bringing forth in abundance. But there are things that might be blocking you from coming into that kind of inheritance. And that is what the whole story of the crossing over into Canaan land is really teaching you. Therefore, when you say, "Hear ye, O Israel," Israel means to rule as God, to rule as the creator. And you are the Lord and master of your own destiny, because no one can have a thought for you. Only you can have a thought for yourself. And your thought is what is creating your personality. Your thought is what is creating your reality. For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So when he says that the Lord thy God is oneness, is teaching you that there's only one universal consciousness, that there's only one life, that there's only one power, and that power can be used to keep you in the gutter, or can be used to lift you higher. And my brother and my sisters, Abdullah knew that that power was used to keep the masses down in the gutter, but Abdullah was willing to share this wisdom because he knew that there is enough wealth in the world for everyone. And here Abdullah was taking Neville and was teaching Neville how to overcome and how to take control of his land, how to understand this oneness, how to walk in this oneness, how to live this life whereby you must be aligned with the rest of nature and you must walk according to divine laws that govern the rest of humanity and divine laws that govern the universe. And let him know also that he is the universe. Let him know that he is the same yesterday, today, and forever, because he's just living in the now. Teaching him that the Bible is not secular history. So my brothers and my sisters, you are that Israel. Israel doesn't mean a place in the Middle East. Even when I'm living here, where I'm living could have been given the name Israel, and people would have believed that here is the Holy Land. But the only Holy Land there is that place within you where higher self resides. That's why you're told that Moses that's why it is said that Moses was told to take off his shoe, for where you're standing is holy ground. Wherever the sole of your feet tread, wherever you walk, it is holy. Because why? The Holy One is within you. Who is that Holy One? The very life that is in you. Your own human imagination, which is the creator in man. So my brothers and my sisters, this divine oneness of which I speak is all have to do with energy, vibration, and frequency. Therefore, whatever vibration and frequency you're on, and the energy you move with, is what gonna really bring forth your destiny. So my encouragement to you is to embrace your oneness. And how are you gonna embrace your oneness? You have to understand that faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And you have to be loyal to the unseen and feed from that invisible substance by vibrating and taking that inspiration or that idea that comes to you, and you put action to it and look forth for the great manifestation. That's what it means to know your oneness, to come in to your identity as Israel. Because my brothers and my sisters, you may have been living your life as a supplanter, as Jacob. You may be living your life in the realm of the flesh, in the carnal mind, in the lower self, where you're living at the level of the animals, where you're just vibrating just on the five senses, where you're still religious, where you're still superstitious, where you're still trapped in the belief of such a thing as race, and all these things that they put in place to distract you from coming into your higher self. But when you look through the eye of imagination and you understand what Abdullah was teaching Neville, you come to realize that you have to come in to your higher self to know that you are Israel. Many people have many different interpretations for Israel. But at the end of the day, it is teaching you your God self, your higher self, and how to discover your higher self. And when you understand that the Bible is psychological, you'll realize that there's no geographical Israel, as I would have said before. There is no set of people in the Middle East who are God's chosen people. Then you'll realize all those who believe that the Bible is literal and believe that the Bible is secular history, that they are delusional and they are deceived and they are holding on to false identity. That's the reason why, my brothers and my sisters, as Abdullah taught Neville Goddard, so I teach you also to look inwardly, to discover your true identity, to be your divinity, and learn that the Lord thy God is one God, and that God and man are one. Because God is your own human imagination. So if you want to overcome, you have to accept the oneness of God and man. You have to accept the fact that you are God. Nevertheless, you're going to die like a man, according to Psalms 82. You have to also come to realize that there's the fatherhood of God and the brotherhood of man. And come to realize that the system have put things in place to cause people to be divided and cause division. So we will be fighting against each other. But my brothers and my sisters, if there's no enemy within, the enemy without can do you no harm. So it's time for you to take control of your possession. It is yours, your gift, your talent, your mental faculties. You're born in this world with them. Memory, will, perception, reasoning, intuition, imagination. Use your imagination. Expand on your imagination. Exercise your mind just as you will exercise your body. And learn to use your imagination creatively so that you will bring more value to the rest of humanity. So with that being said, my brother and my sisters, I want to thank you very much. And I just want to say, if you're going to take anything from this, I just want to let you know it's all about the oneness of God and man, and that you are Israel, and you must have a change of thinking, a change of character, a change of life. So if you change your mind, you change your life. That's the reason why you're told, be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So with that being said, I want to thank you very much, and I encourage you, if this message that I'm bringing across to you, if it is resonating with you, I'm encouraging you to like, subscribe, or comment, or you can share this message with others also. Let me just remind you that this message I bring to you, as usual, I always give you the symbol and let you know that it is the single eye message of self-realization, of which Matthew 6:22 says, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. And hadn't it been that I would have awakened within myself like a fiery being and would have heard the hand out the wind, burst my crown chakra and became invisible, I would not have been here bringing the message of the invisible to you, showing you that I would have experienced St. John chapter 3, coming to my Christ self, having new birth. That's the reason why I always say to you that when you have the experience, you come to realize that it's the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N, and that it is the dawning of a new day in your life. And then you come to understand why I always put my hand above my crown chakra and showing you the symbol of the single eye, because when you have the experience, it will be an eye that will awake within you. And you will come to realize that without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And that the sun is the giver of all life. And that without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. For the sun parallels the human imagination parallels the sun. Therefore, my encouragement to you is to always use your mind power, which is your solar power, your God power, your creative power, to achieve your every desire, just like Abdullah would have taught Neville Goddard to use his mind power to achieve his every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.